veterans. Facts. I would never say I'm equal to or better than Jehovah without me having to settle in. They don't get me, these bitches is moving iffy, and I be leaving places that probably and never miss me. I don't beef with people when they from my own city, cause the Uber would be cheaper if you rode it home with me.
Let's talk about the budgets, these niggas will really cut it. They're telling you that they'll come and discussing it with you later. Here, let's talk about it and think. Let's just talk about Monopoly. Cuban Link, but now you renting all your property. Your net worth shit, checks don't hit. Baby mother trash, only like her cause her neck work lit.
Look. Up in here, ladies and gentlemen, we got a real MC up in here.
Funny thing when you racing to get it in, people give direction to places they never been. Latency never ends, knowing you would get to sit in some spaces they never can. But I learned to turn 100 wishes to 100 goals.
Well, hello, and welcome back to My Indigo Mind. This is your host, Tashana. And today, we are going to be talking about Martin Lewis Resurrected, his little series, and Keesha Kaylee. So let's get right into this video. First and foremost, I want to say I missed you guys. It was so hard not being able to record and, do any videos, anything like that. But I have not been feeling well. No C-19 or anything like that, but I had a really bad cold. It lasted for a while. I mean, I was really under the weather. I was sleeping majority of the day, work, then back to sleep. It was a whole lot. But, okay, I'm feeling better. And I wanted to come back and do, a little bit of recording or reaction for you guys. So, let's get into it. Now, Martin Lewis Resurrected, as you guys know, and for those of you who don't, a couple of weeks ago exposed him and Keesha that he'd be doing a series, on the whole, the Leeway, Splash the Dawn situation. So, from what Keesha said, he had been working on it for a while, compiling evidence, talking to people who were closely involved, some reactors, and he put out his first video recently. Now, we'll say this, okay? The editing was fire, the transitions was fire, the way he set up the video, you know what I'm saying? It was all dope. I like the way he set it up. But to me, it was like just a rehashing of what happened, to pretty much fill in the people that didn't know what was going on. Yeah, granted, there is a lot of us who know. We know what's going on. We've seen it unfold in front of us, from us first finding out that Jeremy was having a son right on down. You know what I mean? So, a lot of us do already know, but there's a lot of us who have no idea who the Keesha Kaylee is, right? So I'm sure a lot of his followers, a lot of his supporters have no idea who she is. Hell, Martin didn't even know who she was, right? So it's a lot of people, you know what I mean, up in the roars like, no, she paid him. I don't know. I'm not going to say she didn't. I'm not going to say she did. I don't know, because you really can't put too much past people these days, especially on YouTube. And because Keisha's so dedicated to vindicating herself, you really can't put anything past. But I will say this, I don't think he was biased. A lot of YouTube right now is saying he was biased. He was more on Keisha's side. Well, he showed some things that didn't put Keisha in a very favorable light, okay? He showed some things she said. He showed some things she did. Now, you can't really get mad about him assuming with the Leeway's part, because she won't speak to him, which is well within her rights. But he has to assume and make things come together, because he can't have that conversation with the Leeway. She don't want to talk. She don't want to give no more to the situation, But the fact that you sit up every single day and keep giving more energy to a situation you want to die makes no sense to me. Like, okay. You wanted Paris gone because she was bullying you. She's gone. Why are you still talking about her? Like, I'm not saying you don't have the right and she talked about you, but if what she was doing is so wrong, why are you vindicating what you're doing by saying what she did? Yeah, it's wrong for her to make 38, 39, 100 videos about me. But then go on to make a bunch of videos about her. Does that make sense? You're still giving her air to breathe. People are still going to go run and try to find where she is. People are still going to try to run and find out who is Paris Harley just because you keep on mentioning her name. That's not helping your case at all. Like, y'all gotta be realistic. Seriously. Like, and this whole time, you talking about bully. But this female was doing the same exact thing, so are we gonna put that on blast as well? You can't be mad at one person for being a bully when someone close to you is also a bully. Coming after people who don't want no source with her. Coming after people who don't want to have no arguments or sit up all day and scream into their computer. Like, you have reactors out here that ain't never mentioned a child of yours. Me being one of them. I ain't never mentioned the child. I ain't never mentioned going to talk to your mama, German mama. I ain't never want to go in nobody's inbox and have a conversation. I react to what you put out. So I'm trying to figure out why was I fucking targeted. That's what I'm saying. People want shit their way, but don't want to motherfucking relinquish that type of power when the shoe is on the other foot. You understand what I'm saying? It's a lot of reactors that got tore up. They got talked about. They got dots just for talking about what they seen. Not your kids. Not talking about nothing outside of that. Just you. So everybody wants the reactors to stop talking about Keesha so she could do what she want, come on the internet and, put out whatever she feel like. You not untouchable. Every family channel get talked about. Every one of them. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. There are people out there who hate family channels because they feel like they are, number one, taking advantage of the children. Number two, trying to avoid actually going to get a real job or income. And number three, y'all fugazi as fuck because none of that shit that be going on in your house is real life. So yes, people feel some type of way. It's like, why are you using your children to make money? So like, without showing them, without putting everything about them on your channel, where would you be? Like, seriously. People fall in love with children, especially people who can't have any. So they build a bond with these kids and everything like that. But y'all don't realize that this whole growing up under the microscope thing is not good for kids. What child star you know grew up and is well-rounded? Go ahead, I'll wait. Huh? Drop down in the comments. I need one child star that had a flourishing career, that got some stuff out there people still watch, that is well-rounded mentally. I need to see this because there is not a child on the planet that can be raised the right way under the microscope. It's insane. It makes no sense. Okay? Now, people were upset. Okay? I got a lot of inboxes like, do you think it was right for him to add in the leeway circumstance? Well, I don't think he was doing it maliciously. Okay? I think it was more like, highlighting what she was going through at the time. You know what I mean? She was having a lot of postpartum energy. She didn't have the dad around or whatever the case may be, and that kills me, you know. And it's messed up because yeah, she knew what she was getting into going into this situation, but I'm sure she almost like, well, he's around for his other kids, why wouldn't he be here for the son that he said he wanted? You know what I mean? Yes. Childish, yes. That's not clear thinking, but as a young woman who does not have any real experience as far as being in a long-term relationship, as far as being a mother, as far as building that bridge so both parents could co-parent comfortably. But that's all stuff they have to learn as they go. Hell, people that had kids for 10, 15 years and they still don't know how to co-parent. Okay? Still don't. So miss me. We cannot go back to, oh, you should have thought about dad before you had his baby. Don't make it okay for niggas to be deadbeats. Because he knew that too. He knew that if he slept with her unprotected and came inside her, it was a chance that she'd get pregnant. That's not just her fault. That's not just her. She ain't fuck herself. So I'm going to need y'all to get y'all life together. Okay? Now, when it all boils down to it, right? Keesha said, and I did not give him permission. But you did. You did. You just didn't want him to be with Ashley. Anybody but Ashley. But that's because you felt in your heart that your man really cared about her. That's what that was. You know what? She could become an issue. So you know. You know what I mean? That's woman's intuition. That if you ain't catching when she said that, she said it. But don't mess with Ashley, though. Like, of all people, not her. You could talk to anybody else. Or he was talking to her and other females. Like, that makes it better. So at what point in your relationship was he monogamous? Is he monogamous now? Was he monogamous after the baby? Because from what I heard, they were still sleeping together. And you made that the Leeway's fault, not Jeremy's. Oh, people get mad because and this, that, and the third. You hold people that have no loyalty to you at a higher standard than the man you share your bed with. And that is my issue. You can't get upset constantly with people who don't owe you anything while simultaneously not giving about the fact that your man that you want to spend the rest of your life with and had your kids with don't respect you. I don't understand why y'all think that that's everybody else's issue. Sweetheart, you need to demand all this respect that you sitting on the internet demanding from Paris and every other reactor and the Leeway and anybody who have anything to say from your nigga. He is the one who needs to pipe up. He the one who needs to pipe up. Not everybody else. Don't nobody owe you nothing. Don't nobody owe you their loyalty. Don't nobody owe you a good video. Don't nobody owe you that. Now, as far as talk about those girls' kids, y'all gotta stop. Like, y'all gotta stop. These kids is not involved. Like, I remember a point on YouTube when people just wouldn't involve children. Like, y'all got a no-holds-barred type of situation going on with these kids, and I don't want no work. I don't want no work. That's exactly why I will never expose her that way on the internet, because y'all do way too much trying to find out people. Kids go to school and carrying on. That's a whole lot. But what I will say is, I hope that in the next part of the series, he starts to give a bit of his opinion, about this whole situation, so we can get some sort of clarity. But I will say that as far as him telling the story and piecing it together, he did a good job. Some things were out of sequence, happened before other things happened. But for the most part, he was right on. Know what I mean? I don't think he was really getting into what happened per se yet. I think he was more like enlightening his followers as to what's going on and why I'm doing this series and kind of getting them in, indoctrinated into the story. So once they get in and they know the basics, they can kind of follow the rest of the videos. But that's what I feel, okay? But baby, tell me what you think down in the comments. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell and set it to also, when I post. But I got to go. So, later for now. Bye.
I would never say I'm equal to or better than Jehovah without me having to settle in. They don't get me, these bitches is moving iffy, and I be leaving places that probably and never miss me. I don't beef with people when they from my own city, cause the Uber would be cheaper if you rode it home with me.
Let's talk about the budgets, these niggas will really cut it. They're telling you that they'll come and discussing it with you later. Here, let's talk about it, think. Let's just talk about monopoly. Cuban link, but now you renting all your property. Your net worth shit, checks don't hit. Baby mother trash, only like her cause her neck work lit. Look.
Up in here, ladies and gentlemen, we got a real MC up in here.
Funny thing when you racing to get it in, people give direction to places they never been. Latency never ends, knowing you would get to sit in some spaces they never can. But I learned to turn 100 wishes to 100